make a significant impact, you're going to have the enemy going to do whatever he can to interrupt it. So he's just doing his job. That's he's just doing his job. But we're going to do our job tonight, and God is going to get all of the glory. So we're excited about what's going to happen tonight. So I asked the question, who is Eric Fox? I didn't say Dr. Eric Fox, because you were Eric Fox before you became Dr. Eric Fox. So who is Eric Fox?
Well, what I can say, Apostle, I am a father. That's the most important part of my life.
Right.
I got to say that first. I'm the father of 3 boys, Gage, Garen, and Goshen. And I also have an adopted son. And I'm also a grandfather of Grayson Eric Fox. That's my little baby. That's the love of my life.
How old is he?
He should be now about 18 months or so, going on 2. That little boy amazes me. I mean, it's just so awesome to see that God has graced me to see the 3rd generation.
Wow.
I never thought not in my wildest dream. I didn't even want to live that long.
You didn't want to live that long?
No.
Oh my God. No. I didn't see me going someplace.
I didn't even want to live that long. So that amazes me that he saw something in me. I am divorced. I was married.
You was married?
Yeah, I was married. I'm not married now, but I loved being married. And I take full responsibility for the deterioration of my marriage.
You take full responsibility?
Yeah, for the deterioration.
I'm
not making any excuses, and I want to say this to married people. You know, don't take your spouse for granted.
Wow.
There's the little things we say, little things we do, and stuff, and we think because we have a particular life that they can't get fed up and they will never go. Them little attitudes, them little ways we do things that get to them, little embarrassing things we might say in front of people or even around the kids, them little controlling things we do, especially when I'm speaking to the men now. Women, they have a woman so deep down inside them, they full up with stuff. And they could get to the point where they don't care about what you're providing and they just need out. And I was never really physically abusive, but my behaviors was verbal, the type of work I do. And another thing, I'm not making excuses, but I didn't have a model. I don't have a model on how to love.
Wow.
I don't have a model on how to give up my own rights for someone else. I didn't have that model. I'm not making no excuses.
Yeah.
So I take
But it is what it is.
And I know for a fact that my ex, she loved me. I know she loved me. She loved me. I know she loved me now.
Right.
But I know she loved me then.
Right.
Eh?
You all have children together too?
Yeah, we have three boys.
Three
I don't
boys
have no
together.
outside children, other than the one I adopt.
How long you were separated now? How long you were married before?
I was married for 16 years.
16 years.
Yes. Yeah.
You were saved already and doing ministry?
In ministry. My ex-wife is responsible for the man I am today.
Wow.
And I wish she can see this because when she met me, I was making $50. And you know, when she married me, making $50.
She married you making $50.
So you ain't gonna find a woman marrying no man making no $50, my brother. And she see that I went to school. And when God called me to go into Cayman Islands, she left her job and followed me there. Left her job and followed me and gave up all of that to be with me. And so I owe a great deed. See, love is a serious thing, you know. You could kill love. You can kill it.
You can kill love?
You can kill it. I don't think you'd ever kill it, but I think you could cause it to.
Yeah.
But it could also resurrect.
That's good.
But that's a whole different ball game there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I loved being married, man. So I just want to say this to married people.
You think you'll get married again?
Why? Yes.
You seeing someone now?
Not just like that on that level.
Right. But you're talking to someone.
Not on that level.
Okay.
Not on that level.
So what you doing now? You spending more time with your boys?
I spend more time with myself because, you know, when your kids get bigger now, they even want to hang with you. One time I used to pick up my key and then shake my key.
And they ready to go?
Yeah.
So how old is the oldest boy?
The oldest boy should be about 27, 28.
And the last son?
The last son is 23.
That's the one who doing boating and yachting?
And I went to them on this, but yesterday I said, listen, we doing this on Father's Day. So my son was the father to Dad, remember now, he's the father too now. So when you make your plans, you can't tell me, you gotta ask me. You can tell them who you have no children, because they can do what you say.
Right.
But some other people might have some plans for me.
Right. So now you need to make an appointment to spend time with your boys.
No, I told the one, he said, Daddy, no, I'm the father too now. So,
Right.
so it ain't matter, we going to do this, we going to do that.
Right. So you spend now most of the time by yourself and hope the grandson can come by and spend some time.
Boy, but I love him when he see me, boy. He's go crazy when he see Papa, boy.
Yeah.
And what is so amazing, I was sitting down the other day, Apostle, and I saw this other night, and I saw my son with his boy, my oldest son with his boy, and he was just loving on that boy and kissing on that boy, and the same way I was with him. And I said, the Lord said, see that? You cannot give what you only have. And you cannot express what you have not experienced.
Wow.
He says, easy for him to love that boy because you have loved him.
Yes.
And I believe the deterioration of my marriage came about because I didn't have a model. I came from a broken home, man.
Yeah.
You know, I told my daddy, I saw my daddy when I was 10.
Wow.
And I see him again, I was a Christian, I was 25.
Right.
And that breaks my heart when I see him at 10. He didn't even know who I was. He didn't know me. He passed me up and I didn't know me. And when I saw him in the box at 25, I didn't know him.
What you will do different if you remarry now or get married again, what will you do different?
What would I do different? First of all, I would choose different.
You would choose different.
I would say I would not have chosen her. I would choose different.
I got you.
Because right now I am in smack dab in the middle of my purpose.
Yep.
And so I would rather stay by myself. If you're not coming in hands, where I going?
I got you.
Because I want a mission.
That's good.
Eh?
That's good.
Because that is not, I mean, a lot of pastors, when you get married, listen to me, I ain't getting married just for getting married sake. I can be by myself.
Right.
I get married according to purpose.
Yep.
And you got to be a helpmate to me. You got to come alongside. I ain't looking for nobody to take care of me. But also, you looking at this age, you have to fully take care of nobody neither.
Right.
So you got to bring some other resources to the table other than front.
Front.
Other than that. I can say that?
Yeah, you can say that. You know, we do our in it to win it with our married couples. So I just love this kind of conversation. I just love it. No, I understand. We go that way.
I just needed to put it out there.
I understand.
Forgive me,
Yeah. Your purpose is more important than front.
Yeah.
I know.
You know?
You didn't fully understand purpose when you first got married, and you didn't understand the importance of partnership.
No.
In helping to fulfill purpose.
No.
So you was mixed up to some degree.
Mixed right up.
Yeah.
Mixed right up.
Yeah.
But I thank God, my kids survive.
Yeah.
Because listen, my brothers, let me tell you something, divorce, I don't wish that on my greatest enemy. Drug addiction, he had nothing to do, and my father leaving me and growing up in a single parent home, that pain was like nothing to compare to the pain to that.
Wow.
I wanted to die.
Wow.
That I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
I remember when you was going through that process.
Boy, listen, but that was some.
Yeah.
My God.
I remember
but the thing about it is this, right? The thing about it is this, but even though it was my worst hour, it was one of my best hours.
Yeah. That was your defining moment.
Because I was being forged to be who I am today.
Woo. Wow.
Because I made some tremendous, I'm not bragging, I made some tremendous leaps and bounds.
Since that?
Out of that.
After. Wow.
Out of that.
Wow.
And I feel I'm more now ready for a partner more than I was then.
I got you.
So that might have been a rehearsal.
I got you. Listen to me. You want to make sure that you share this page. Quickly share the link. Get the word out. We're getting ready to dive right into the purpose of this whole talk show. You heard the little story about the divorce and who Eric Fox is. Now we're getting ready to fulfill the real purpose of our meeting tonight.
Let's go.
Everyone has a story. Wherever you see success, wherever you see greatness, wherever you see someone making a significant impact in nations, in communities, in business, in church, they have a story. And our story has a way of catapulting us to our destiny and taking us into fulfilling purpose. That's that powerful scripture that say, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God and those who are the called according to purpose. I believe, Dr. Fox, that not until people know our story, they will appreciate our present.
Oh boy, trust me.
The people see you, you look good, you dress nice, you're clean, you're hanging with your boys, you're hanging with your grand, and they see you out there doing things, but they don't know your story. They see me, they don't know my story. They see this, they see the church, they see you on Facebook doing things and people following you, but they don't know your story. They see you and your wife together, chilling, going out, doing things, but they don't know your story. Moses had one.
Oh, yeah.
Joshua had one.
Yes, David.
Oh my
definitely.
God, David's story is so encouraging because David helped us to understand that in the midst of our mess, God still chooses us. Paul said he was once a blasphemer. He was once an arrogant man. He was once a murderer, but he obtained mercy because what he did it ignorantly and in unbelief. And what's going on in the church, and that's why we're going to take this out of the church too. A whole lot of people in the church, we are so judgmental, we're so condemning, We have a story, we come out, and then we look at persons with cross eye because they still in or they struggling. This talk show or these sessions that we're doing is to help you to understand that even though we are on the platform, and even though God is using us and doing some things in our lives, he will only use you, Minister Todd, to the level or to the degree of your story.
That's right.
Now that's powerful right there now. Paul was only great because he had a story. All the Peter and the disciples had a story. But Paul had one where he was a murderer. This fellow used to murder Christians. And he thought what he was doing was the will of God.
Apostle, when you feel real pain, the Bible says the glory that will be revealed in us, the suffering is no comparison.
Yeah.
So if you feel in real pain, you multiply that by 100, and that's the glory. Do you know? I had a vision of this same platform. I had a vision of this same platform years ago, when I was married, years ago. The Lord said, I'm going to put you on a platform where I saw myself coming out refined on a platform, on a show, refined.
Wow.
But he didn't tell me, if he didn't tell me what it would have taken to get me on the platform, I probably wouldn't walk out.
Yeah. Wow.
This is even he did for Joseph. He showed Joseph the palace.
Yeah,
but he didn't tell him how he can get there.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't tell him how that his brother's going to betray him, he can get thrown in a pit.
Yeah.
He can get lied on and go to jail.
Yeah.
And then he can be forgotten about in the cell. Yeah. And then he can come. Then he would have said something. Forget that. So what I'm saying, I saw this, and Apostle, it is so awesome. Man, listen, man. Like I said, I don't want to say something because I don't want to come God's braggadocious, but God has been good to me.
Hold on now. Don't go yet. Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. We got to bring them to that place. We got to bring them to that place where they can, when you start to brag, they can say, oh yeah, he qualified. You see? Paul said he didn't boast within himself.
No.
Paul was able to boast because of what the Lord did in his life. He said he's only boasting in the Lord.
In the Lord.
Now, we're going to hear the story. So when you start to boast, they will know you boasting in the Lord. You can't do this of your own.
No,
it's
man.
not by might. It's nothing short but the grace of God.
Yes.
So listen. Eric Fox has a story. But let me share this with you first. After last week, the first session, my wife and I asked my wife, I said, who are we going to have next after the show? We driving home, I said, who are we going to have next? I said, because that one hit the ball out of the ballpark. You know, I said, that's Strictly Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
That was the show we had last week. Chris Strictly, when you had the story, you go back on Rhema Wells page and you'll hear it. But we driving, and I didn't know until Saturday. We were home, Saturday or Sunday evening, we home chilling out. And I said, you know who just came to me in my spirit? Eric Fox. My wife said, that's the man. Say, 2 days ago, I thought about Eric Fox would be the ideal man to put on the show. I said, well, we don't need to even think about this any further. I send you a text right away, and I say, will you be available? And the Lord fixed it in a way where you were available to be with us tonight.
Yes.
Eric Fox is on this stage tonight. What's your story?
Boy,
go as far back as you could go.
There's many fractions to my story. I'm the 7th child of like 11 children. I am the first son of my mother. My mother had 6 girls before me and 2 after me.
6 girls before you?
2 after me.
Okay.
And then I have some other brothers, and I have another sister.
Okay.
So you can imagine me being born as the first boy with 6 sisters and 2 after me.
Wow.
I was pampered. My mother told me I never was to touch the ground. This one picked me up, and when I cry, I go to this one. I was just spoiled. Just going around from hand to hand to hand to hand.
Wow.
And really, you know, the 7th child is blessed, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Blessed is the 7th child.
I'm the 6th one.
The blessed is the 7th child that bust the womb. So, my name, Eric, means king.
King.
King. Okay. Now, I was small in stature and small in frame, but I really wanted to do good in school, you know. I was in the Red Cross. I went on my lunch hour to the reading room to learn sign language to talk to the deaf kids. I played volleyball, I played basketball, I played soccer. But you know, when you come from and I don't mean to put down my family, but when you come from a dysfunctional family, you got to roll up your book and put it in your back pocket. You ain't got no space to sit down and do no homework. Even nobody even ask you about no homework.
Right. Wow.
So school get out at 3 o'clock, you don't get to until 6, 7 in the night.
Wow.
Lay down on the porch. You know, you wearing them nanny pickup tennis from the Chinese, they stink. You them old plastic tennis? Boy, they funky. Lord of mercy. You got to throw them on top of the roof outside because if you put them on the porch, the dog can carry them. And then you get at the bottom, and then you only get like 1 uniform, so you got to come home and squash that out.
Right.
And put it on the line.
Right.
And then I got to go and thief canap, thief dilly, get bite with wasps, thief with mangoes and things to try have $1 in your pocket.
Right.
And then now when I step to go to school, I get fellas them talking about, homie, you need to free up. But I ain't get nothing to free up. Because I ain't like these other fellas who daddy giving them $10 and $5. Boss, I just get bite with wasps last night to get $3. You had to beat me for that. What are you taking? You crazy? And then another thing, fellas want to food me. And then they go tell my mommy I'm in the corner fighting. Then she beat me.
Right, right.
So I get them 2 beaten.
Right.
Fellas beat me and she beat me. I said, no. I can't have this, man. I trying to do my best. These fellas are harassing me.
Right.
So I go on rebel. When I grabbed a piece of wood one day and I was fella that pushed me one break time, I said, it's mighty enough for this man. So I found out what class he's in. And I come out of my class and I go outside, I find a big piece of wood and I come up on the back of him in that class and crack his skull and stretch him out right in the school. Woo! And then that's where it starts. You know, when you want to do that now, people know your head and they yell with respect in the school. They say, well, you know, this nigga can lick you out, he can sneak in and bust you. Yeah. So now I get my crew on my side because I'm small and I'm moving. Right. That right there set a whole different platform for me.
Hey, right.
Then I remember one time I did fight one teacher. This was under colonialism. You probably too young for that. Where they don't have no bunch of white teachers in school. And then when our teacher named Mr. Smith, he decided he yuck up on me, and so I put him in chair and he had.
Right.
And then they sent for my mom to come to school. It was 3 of us, and they bring us on the stage, and they tell 2 of the boys that died, they only had my mommy. And they say, they must beat us in the front of the school. But I ain't getting beaten in front of no school. So after the daddy beat them 2, and they give my mother the stick, and she look like she bluffing, right? So I snatch a stick out of the hand and break it, and I say, meet me in the car.
You tell your mommy meet you in the car.
And I jump in the car, and she driving Foxville round, and she wouldn't even know why I didn't jump out the car. She talking to herself. The first stop she make, my Audi, I don't need this. Wow. And then it was the streets from then. Well, you know, to go on the streets with no education, You get, you know, do a little job here, gas station. Well, in here you get used, you get abused.
Right.
You ain't get no skill. You know what I mean? Then you know, they start your little peddling, your little dope, and get yourself to hook up with these real criminals. I wasn't all. I did some things, right, to survive. I wasn't only no criminal.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I did some criminal activities.
Yeah.
But I never really went deep in. I was just trying to survive, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in all of that, God was good to me.
Yep.
You know, God brought me through. And then in 1980, I had an opportunity to come to Teen Challenge. This program came in the Bahamas.
How you getting Teen Challenge though?
Well, I had a brother-in-law at that time who still worked for social services. And believe it or not, I was in Oak Hill smoking crack cocaine. You know, but listen, I used to walk the streets, and my God, I sleep in an old car and thief people clothes off the line. And
you can remember when you first hit coke? You used to hit coke or snort coke?
I used to snort first.
You used to snort first?
Yeah.
Then you start hitting?
Boy, when I hit that was all over.
Because I used to snort. I never hit.
No, but thank God, boss, because trust me, you ain't gonna experience that. I used to toot, but see, tooting lasts a little longer. You know, when you toot something, you can keep your pocket, you get that drink.
Right.
You know, so you can toot all night.
Right.
But when you hit that rock, that's a whole different atmosphere. That's a whole different scene. You ain't gonna hang around in no hotel and go dance and ain't that kind of party.
You party.
You believe everybody looking for you and all that. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't that kind of scene. There's a whole different scene.
How old you was when you had your first? You can remember when you first hit coke?
I was about, I think I was about 17, 18. And I started smoking weed when I was about 12.
You start smoking weed at 12?
About 12, I smoked my first joint when I was about 12. Wow. And then I started smoking then. And then I went from I was about 18. When I hold breaks, I was like 24. And then I had this opportunity came to me. I just knew. You know when I was in the atmosphere and around certain people that I knew I should not have been there? Mm-hmm. Because these people were like comfortable where they were, a lot of them died. I can think about this, but all of them dead. Wow. You know, when you are persons who are just comfortable with that kind of life, I just wasn't I just felt that there was more to me than where I was. And I was not going to die in this situation. And I remember one day we were down in the yard in Oak Hill, and we were smoking and was snorting. We had a lot of drugs in. And I heard this car. I had this car pull up. But we couldn't see the car because we were down here and with some houses up here, but there was a road run this way. And I walked from the back there. And when I walked it up, it was my brother-in-law and my sister. And she said, man, listen, man, we come for you. I jump in the car. And I never gone back. That's 33 years ago. And I never gone back jumping. Nobody know where I gone. And she took me to her house. I recuperated there, and then I went into the program. I spent 4 months in the program here, then
Teen Challenge.
Teen Challenge here. I spent 4 months here, and then I was transferred to Pennsylvania. Teen Challenge in Pennsylvania. First time I ever left the army, first time I ever went to the States. They flew me into New York. We spent the night in New York, and they drove me up to Pennsylvania on a big hill, snowing. And then that's when I started my training. That's where I got my deliverance. I went back to school.
You ever relapse?
I never no relapse.
You never had no relapse?
I never had a relapse. Never. I never went back to smoking no coke. Never.
I mean, I took persons to Teen Challenge and they then relapsed a couple of times.
I ain't never relapsed. I ain't never gone back to smoking never. I never have no desire to smoke no coke. I see coke, I say, you can sock it up because the church, you make it different to me. Never had a relapse. Never even had thought about it. Even when I went through all my divorce and different problems I went through, that never crossed my mind.
Never crossed
I
your
thought
mind.
about killing myself a couple of times, but I never thought about smoking no drug. Never. I never relapsed. Never.
What's your experience in Teen Challenge, dealing with so many...
Boy, listen to me. It has changed over the years.
Okay.
But listen to me. I realize you have to be steel and wool. Right? And because of my past and where I come from, I have a tendency to be, people take advantage of me a lot.
Okay.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You can take advantage of me because you can lose because I can be right here. And so a lot of times I give guys grace and I try to work with them and try to show them, man, I've been there, you can come out and try to help them to get developed, and bring about deliverance. You know, deliverance is just more than a spiritual thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You need physical deliverance too, and physical deliverance come through. Right now we have moved Teen Challenge into more like a skill. So we are marine technician. We do farming. We do carpentry, because it's one thing to tell a man give his life to Christ, but when he can't pay his bills,
Yep.
and he can't take care of his family,
Yep, yep.
then that's a whole different ball game. So when we bring him to Christ now, we want to give him the skill. We want him to go back to school. I got my GED from Teen Challenge in Pennsylvania. I couldn't even read and write when I got up there. When I went up there, I was placed in the reading room. So when all the guys would have gone into Philadelphia and New York on the weekend, I couldn't go for the first start.
Because you had to learn how to read.
I had to go in the reading room. And
Wow.
they come 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with flashlight. So all of my private time I had to spend in the room. And I was determined to know. They have people there from all over the world, all of men from all over the world, Puerto Rico, all over the States. I wasn't friends with none of them. Hey, Bahama, what are they? I said, listen, boy, how the Bahamas? I said, boss, you don't know the Bahamas? Go down there yourself and find out. I ain't coming for that. You be my friend. I come here to finish and get this program. You all jiving and shuffling there. My boss, I ain't into that. You know what I mean? I ain't into that. I never to stop. When on a Saturday evening they watching TV, Bahama, man, you think you? I said, listen, boss, do it my way. I ain't your friend. I come here to get my life together. Some people who depending on me.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
I ain't into that. And when I used to go to class, I think I better than them. When I go to class, I take a chair from the front and I pull it out from the, you be all the sitting class, I move my chair from the front, only me one sitting in the front looking up in the teacher's face. I up in the front looking up in the face, and when class finished, I stay back to get some more stuff out of him.
Wow.
I was eager. I got a taste of a different life, and I saw the possibility I could do this. I thought I could never be a Christian. I thought Christianity, these people make me think that this was so hard. They didn't make me think, man, they used to beat you up. Oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. They didn't tell me that God can give me the grace to function, man. And even if I do buck by toe, I still a Christian. They didn't tell me that.
You could have ever seen yourself. I mean, you'd speak to Commissioner of Police. You did a session with help training with police officers.
I'm a government consultant, but social service and urban renewal. I'm a consultant in the government. I am on the advisory council with Dr. David Allen for national security. I have my own counseling group. I'm the president of the Temperament Development Council. I'm the executive director of Teen Challenge. I'm a JP. I'm a pastor. I have credentials. I didn't write a book. I didn't write a song.
You write a song too?
You never hear my song?
No.
Listen
you can
to
sing.
a story about a rough little kid who grew up the hard way. I sure did, yeah. I was very rough as a rock. By the way, my name is Eric Fox.
Stop that!
That's my nickname. You don't remember the song Geo and Fox?
No. You got to
You
listen
don't
to
remember
that.
Geo and Fox?
No.
I still have the cassette tape up in my office right now.
Man, I got to listen to that.
It's from 92. Listen to me. When I went to Teen Challenge in Pennsylvania, believe it or not,
Right.
one day I heard, they have the like speakers up in the roof, in the dorm, where you sleep, in the room.
Right.
And they say, tryouts for the choir, tryouts for the choir, tryouts for the choir. I said, I said, go and get that good tryout. Never sing in my life.
Right.
When I walk in, the guys say, join the line. Everybody go, they say, marching, they go, la, 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 la. The guys say, okay, those who pass me can be up on the bulletin board in the morning.
Right.
I'm in my room laying off. A fella come running to me, Fox, you made the choir. You sing in second tenor. I never sing a song in my life. So that's when I go on down there. The fella says, we have to start tomorrow because we going to the tour in 3 weeks. I toured 26 states.
Singing. Lead singer too? But you wasn't no lead singer.
I think they might even have the mic off. I think they had me on the choir because I was Bohemian. I was the first Bohemian to make the choir.
Right, okay.
But I would always testify. I went down in a place like Des Moines, Iowa. Where only white people, I was the only black man in there. I went to a place like Denver, Colorado, Portland, Oregon. You know what he's going on vacation?
And you in the choir?
Yeah, and I go on to a place like Ohio, and we singing to those. We used to go sing to those youth groups and stuff, right?
Right.
And I like the only black person in the whole thing. No, that's full of white people. And so when I get up and talk, everybody sound American, but when they hear that accent, I used to testify to every meeting we used to have. Because of my accent, you see?
Right.
So they ain't help me there because I get to sing. They help me there because I'm different.
I like that.
Yeah.
They didn't have you there because you could sing. They had you there because you was different.
And people like different.
And they love different.
Yeah.
So, with your experience, we have persons who are watching us who have son, daughter that they know may be on drugs. Some may not know that their children is mixed up in drugs. How do you, what's the signs? What to look for? What do you tell a mother to look for? What do you tell a father to look for? Because when I was doing drugs, my parents didn't know. I was doing drugs, coming home late, da-da-da-da-da. My daddy thought I just used to get drunk. But I was drinking and snorting coke.
Well,
I never liked marijuana.
They don't know, but they got a little idea. Everybody got an idea.
They got a little idea.
In denial.
Yeah, so what are the signs?
Well, first of all, this is the reason why it's so important that we keep marijuana away from adolescents.
Keep marijuana away from adolescents.
Young persons.
Right, yeah,
because when the mind is not fully developed, they are older persons. Well, marijuana is a psychological drug. They are older persons who already have, because they've been around a while, they have some certain disciplines.
Yeah.
If you ever get out in the morning, smoke a joint, he going to work.
Yeah.
He go, he do his work, he come home, he pay his bills, he might go in the back of the yard, smoke a joint, drinking beer, but he's still functioning. For the adolescent, their whole life is getting thrown away.
Yep. That's what happened to us.
If they were in sports,
Yeah.
ain't no more sports. Forget the sports. If they were grade A students, ain't no more grade A.
Wow.
Eh? If they used to hang with decent people, the whole company change it. The whole company change it. They want to hang with, whole thing change it. The sleep pattern different. They eating all your food.
Yeah,
Eh?
yeah.
And then their hygiene change.
Wow.
It's right there. It's right there. It's right. Some places, some people want in denial.
Yeah.
But it's right in the front of you. Their whole mindset changed because what it does, it comes in and it shifts their whole, it messed them up.
And it's worse now because, you know, when we used to smoke marijuana, we ain't had all this chemical and stuff.
That's the real dope.
Yeah, that's the real.
I see a fella smoking with joint the other day, but that big. I said, my spliff is to be so long, I need someone else to light it. That's that.
Yeah.
I used to go buy $5, he buy 1.5 bag, but I get busted with 6, 7 joint of that.
You see, he ain't nothing but that. Minister Starr ain't nothing but that.
No. When you want, you know this, you pay $10 for a bag of dope. You can smoke for a week.
You can imagine the chemicals that they're now growing this marijuana in. And don't let them lace the joint.
Well, what's happening now, they do that because they want to beef up the THC level.
Ah.
And it's also for money. Remember this now. The love of money is the root of all these.
Yep.
And so they would say, man, this from God, this chemical. That stuff there, that ain't the original stuff what God made. So they running all kind of different stuff through this stuff, through the fertilizer and all the stuff to up the THC.
Yeah.
You see?
Yep.
They make it more potent.
Yeah.
And when it's more potent, it affects the mind.
Yep.
Different. And then affects, like I mentioned, it affects the adolescents different. For grown adults who already disciplined, it probably wouldn't throw them off whack. But for the young person, it throw them off whack. It'll throw their whole life off whack.
What's the difference between the high of you hitting coke and smoking marijuana?
Well, the thing about it, when you hit coke, the coke high is like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're trying to chase it again.
Yeah.
But when you smoke a joint, you go about 3-4 hours.
You mellow.
Yeah, you mellow. You know, and then the thing about it, marijuana is a depressant. It slows down your motor skills. You just want to relax and chill and.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you smoke coke, you know, relax and chill, no eating. You don't want no food, brother. You want teeth something. You never think I teeth from my mommy there?
You used to teeth from your mommy?
What? Only reason why I ain't carry the fridge because I couldn't lift that. My mommy, my sisters, them, I put this, listen to me, boy, I carry everything, all the jewelry, all the bag, all the ASO money, anything I carry. I don't care. I walk through the house and eat, anything I can carry, I carry. You know what time I've been in silence? I've been in silence about 5 times, you know.
Sandalins.
I was in maximum security. I spent 16 months locked down in isolation in maximum security, you know, with the real crazy people. I escaped with sandals before. I jumped the fence.
Who put you in sandals?
My family, them. My mother, them. I was the mentest man. I said,
And Sandilands cannot you.
well, they locked me in my, let me tell you how I got out. Every morning they give you medication, right?
Right.
And the medication is subdue you. It subdue you, and cause you to can't move.
Yeah.
So what I did, I never used to take it. I used to put it underneath my tongue. But I used to pray I got medicated up.
Right.
So all of, you know, when the staff out there, they decide they're going to go play domino and then because they think we so medicated we can't jump. So I ended up making a phone call. I called one of my boys. He had a motorbike, and I heard a bike coming. I do 2 leopard leap over the fence. Gone. Well, another time, me and a guy was in there. What we do? We took the medication and we put it in the staff soda. So we got devastated. You understand? We put it in their drink.
You put it in.
You know, they're supposed to watch you swallow it. You know, they slap.
Yeah.
They pass it to you. Yeah, okay, good. I put it, swallow it. I put it in my dong. I dig that out. And I get a nice stack, couple days of that.
Right.
They out there drinking. Excuse me, sir. A doctor call you. Where you going in there?
And what happened to them?
Fall asleep. Yeah, man. Man, listen, man.
So you know how to deal with those guys who come to Teen Challenge. You've been there and you've done that.
The first thing I tell them, listen to me. If you want to get clean, you got to come clean.
Ah, that's good.
If you want to get clean, you got to come clean. Now, if you're playing games, this ain't the place to come. But the problem is this, right? I have a lot of pharmacists call me. Oh, I got it. Listen, I tell them, don't call me. Why don't you see my son? How long he been smoking? He been smoking 4 or 5 years. Drug addiction is not an emergency. It's not an emergency. Call the hospital. They send ambulance. You can't get all of a sudden, I must redo my whole schedule to meet with your child. And he been smoking dope. That ain't an emergency. First of all, he needs to be willing to go through a system that can help him.
Yeah.
This is, you know, some parents them is lie, tell the kids, oh, I take it, Mr. Fox, he can get you a job. And then when they come there, they want me to tell them, well, you here because you smoke dope. I said, you starting off with a lie. You simply, young man, you told them, listen, we understand and we love you, and we want to help you, and we can take you to somebody who can help you. Do you want to help? Because if you want to help, then you're wasting me you're wasting all our time. You have to see a need to want to help. I wanted help. I was tired. I was sick and tired, man.
Look in that camera right there. What would you say to a mother? Say, I feel this right now because you already start to go in that vein. What would you say to a mother or father who have a child? They're working with that child. They're doing what they need to do. They probably might have the child in Sandilands already. They might have already took the child to Teen Challenge. What would you tell them to encourage them to? I mean, because you and I, we came out.
First of all, I can tell you this. Don't give up on your child. Eh? And I can, this is my philosophy. I ain't ever listen to none of my kids. I don't care what they do. And I ain't putting them out.
Wow.
I'm putting listen to me. My mother, she called me baby. I used to love her life.
Yeah.
And my mother told me, she did keep all the tears she cried for me. She would have the ocean.
Woo.
All the tears. She prayed me into this.
Yes,
you
sir.
You got to pray.
Yes,
and you
sir.
got to listen.
Yes, sir.
Now
Talk
the
to them.
fruits of the Spirit is love. You got to love that child. You mightn't like what he's doing, but you got to love them into this man. God is love. That bunch of rebuking and carrying on and acting stupid and things like that. If you, listen to me, first of all, a young man who's using drugs, first of all, he's covering up something. He's trying to medicate some pain. So now, you kick him out, you run him, you send him out there to the vultures, you hurt him even more, now he can need more dope to medicate his sin.
Wow. Wow.
Huh? You might like what he's doing, but that's your child, man. And if you pray constantly, and you keep on praying, you will see results. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy coming in the morning.
Say it. Yes, sir.
Joy coming in the morning. Don't give up on your children. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Don't get no bad counsel from these people. That's your child, and you got to stick with them and work them through this. You might not like what they're doing, but that's your child. And work with them. and stick with them. I ain't saying you must condone what they're doing. Work with them, stick with them, and pray them through, and love them. Love them.
Your mom is still alive.
Yes, boy.
And you bringing her joy now, right?
Oh, my God. If I call right now, hey, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she said if she
didn't keep all the tears she cried for me, she would have the ocean. Because she used to be, oh,
you caused her that much
child.
pain.
Oh, Lord, my child. I caused my mother the most pain than all her children, me. But now I'm bringing her the most joy.
You bringing her the most joy. You know, people see my mommy coming up, supporting me all over the place.
Oh, trust me, I know.
You know.
I know when she look at you, she see you, she say,
Oh, my Lord.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, my Lord. She watched me
when
walk.
she come in the front, just dancing.
Yeah, boy.
And you bringing
Yeah,
that
boy.
way, she latching onto that.
She watched me walk across Bank Lane with cuffs on my hand.
Yeah. And she see, and guess what? She right there say, wow.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Look
See,
what the
let
Lord.
me tell you something else.
Talk to them.
When God called you from the womb.
Woo.
Eh? When you are anointed from the womb. And guess what? And God is not going to take away that anointing. I come to a lot of these young men, and I know they're anointed. They be drunk as a skunk and high on crack, and I can feel the anointing on their life.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
you got to prophesy and call them forward.
Yes. Yes.
You got to, it's on them. Listen to me, I go talk to guys, and I could just, sometimes I could just feel the anointing. They just off course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you
Yes,
pray
sir.
over your child. You know your child was anointed from the womb. You don't speak over them. You don't write certain things in their name. You don't bring them to the altar to get Christian and baptize them and stuff. And you can turn them over to the devil.
Yep.
The devil is a liar, boy.
Yep.
You got to stay with them.
Yep.
And those who might be giving you more problem, that's the one you get to move a little closer.
Yep.
Move a little closer on them.
Yeah.
And you bombard heaven for them. I get an altar in my room. I get some for each one of my children. An altar with their pictures and each one of them. And everything would concern them. Any business ventures, anything would do, I say, bring it to daddy.
Yep.
What you doing? I get it. Oh, put it up. Give me the document. Bam, I put it on my altar. And I bombard that day and night in heaven, day and night. My boys, some go on their jet ski out on the ocean on Sunday. I go, God, keep watching over my children.
Yeah.
Cover my children.
Yep.
Anoint them and bring them back home safe.
Yep.
I ain't gonna say, oh, you don't need to be riding them, but no. Right? And then when they get back home Sunday evening, they say, Daddy, we here. I say, praise the Lord, so I can sleep now.
Yeah.
Well, have your fun, you've been riding. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
No mishaps.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I just cover them and anoint them every day. I just go, God, just cry out to God for them. Keep them, guide, protect them. No mishap, no problems. Everything they put their hand to do, let it prosper. Cause people not to hate on them.
Yep.
Cause everything they move, let them move it in anointing of with power.
Yep.
This anointing is transferable, you know.
Yep.
This is passed through your children, you know. This on them whether they take it or not.
Yep.
They come with your lines, but the anointing will on you on them. They can't do that. And they will come into it.
Hey, listen, you can go ahead right now. Send your questions. If you have any questions, please send your questions in. And we're going to see if we could address a few questions tonight. Y'all looking good. Thank y'all so much for sharing with us on tonight. This is what it's about, my story. And it's not planned. We just sometimes just flow, and that's what we're doing right now, just flowing as the Spirit of God leads us to. And Eric Fox is a blessing to this country. You have been a blessing. I mean, you've been in every school.
And I want to go into more. See, the problem, and let me say something, the problem with us in this country, we good at fixing problems, you know. We like to fix disasters when they happen, right? We need to be more proactive, right? Right? We need to be making anger. Listen, do you know how they bring down the beast? There are very few people smoking crack in this country now, you know. Most of the guys coming to my program ain't smoking no crack, you know.
What they doing?
They smoking dope and they gang banging.
Dope doing it to them?
Marijuana.
Wow.
But how do you think they brought down the beast of crack cocaine? They brought down the beast of crack cocaine through programs and information. And we live in the information age.
Yep.
So the same way they bring down that beast, they can bring this one down too. They can bring this gang violence and this, they can bring it to the, but you need to do it through informations, commercials, what you doing right now. Put up some billboards, put some information. They should have a whole section in the school where they have a resource center on all these things. They should have constant classes on conflict resolution anger management, where people coming in and then you're doing role play on how to handle situations and stuff. You can't determine what you can feel, but you can determine what you can do.
Wow. You can determine.
You cannot determine what you can feel at any time, but you can determine what you can do when you feel it.
Yes, sir.
This is called life skills. So, what better platform to teach your children life skills? The place where you got them hostage. Huh? You got them hostage. Most of the time they want me coming to school, they say, oh, I want you to come into school, talk to these boys on their lunch hour. My God, these boys, you won't hear me on their lunch hour? These boys want to play with some girls. How important is this program you try? You can wait till someone gets jacked up, then you won't come, or we want to know. I had someone say one stupid thing the other day, oh, God allowed that boy to get killed for this. God didn't allow that boy to get killed. The devil used somebody to kill that boy.
My people are destroyed.
Say God allowed that boy. Yeah. You think God has to kill somebody to get somebody's attention?
Woo.
God said, come and may have life. God didn't allow that. Just, boy, listen to me. This kind of stuff is when people operate in ignorance, and they don't want to go anoint all the children and yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
But that should be done on a regular basis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They need to bring these stuff into school and make it up. They ain't getting it home, right? Because their parents, them all lick up. They come from dysfunctional family, right?
Yeah.
They ain't getting these life skills in school. And then they come to church, they come to church, but you only get a time to come. Most of them ain't coming.
Yeah.
Eh? Most of them ain't coming. And most of their parents, I went this, one church brought me in one time to do anger mounts with the children. And while I was there talking to the lady, the girl, they said, you in the wrong room. You ain't been there. You just seen woman there, that big Bible? She can be Christian before we get home today. The daughter says, sir, you in the wrong room, you know. You need to be over there with the adults. You ain't talking to us. Because remember this now. This stuff is modeled.
Yeah.
And psychologically, you're going to respond. Why you think a boy who grew up in an abusive home automatically become an abuser? Even though he hate it, even though he don't want that, even though he see my mother being abused and he hate that happening, he followed the same path. You know why? That down in his hippocampus. Psychologically, that's the only way he know how to respond if it's a woman who stand up to him. Because what's in the back here is overwhelming and dictating his actions even though he don't want to do it.
Yep. Yep.
So how much more, if you show good, decent behaviors with these kids, how much more that gonna override?
Your father wasn't in your life.
No. He wasn't in my life. I wish he's watching me right now.
You didn't have a relationship with your dad?
My mother told me my dad loved me. He used to put me on his shoulder and walk. I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
He died?
He died. He hung himself.
He hung himself?
Yes. While I was in Teen Challenge. I went there in September of 1980 and he hung himself in October. I went to that funeral. And listen to me. He buried in Old Trail Cemetery. And Teen Charles was in Centerville at the time. By coming down from Doctor's Hospital. And my family was there. And they wanted to go home. I tell them I ain't going over them. I walked from Old Trail straight up Centerville. I walked back to Teen Charles and I said, listen to me. I said, God, I don't know what you have in my life, but let me tell you something. I ain't going out like that.
Right.
And if you ever bless me with any children, I ain't abandoning them.
We're getting ready to go up in the next few weeks. We're going to be in Father's Day.
Yes.
What do you say to fathers? How important it is for fathers to be in the life of their children?
Well, first of all, let me say this right. Not every daddy is a father.
Not every daddy is a father.
Eh? Not because you have a child means you're a father. Father ain't nothing to do with sitting down, with laying down a woman and having a baby. Use a daddy. That come with you, do a couple of shake, and something happening. So, and the child come. Use daddy.
Right.
Use daddy. Father, sustainer, provider, protector. That's father. A woman could be a father too, you know. There are people, there are young men in this ministry who call you father, right?
Yep.
They ain't your children.
Yep.
Why didn't they call you father?
Yep.
Because you show them a general interest and you look out for them spiritually, and in other ways you have them, right? And they look up to you, right? That's father.
Yep.
But there can be a lot of daddies getting a lot of gifts, and a lot of daddies, and they ain't no diddly but no fatherhood.
Wow.
So I'm saying to daddies out there, you a daddy, but you have to become a father.
You have to become a father. You're a daddy, but you got to become a father.
You got to become a father.
Mm-hmm.
You're no father because you have a child. You have to become a father. And it comes to you taking time to make sacrifice to be with your children. There's a lot of single mothers now, and a lot of young men now who come to me who can't see the children because of women and what's not, and in the court situation and because they get other girlfriend and then people ask fight. So I want to say to those baby mothers, if that young man want to see his child, man, you let him see his child, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get off your head and come and promote other woman to get down your business, man. Get them man see your child.
Yeah.
Some gonna say, I don't care, no more see him. You got someone who want, and I say to men too, listen to me, that's your child, and you can prove that's your child, then you know to go to court and fight for them too. Fight. You need to fight for them, so when they get big, you can tell them, I fight to have you in my life. Then you know you're fighting for them.
Yep.
Then you know you're fighting for them.
Yep.
Then you know I fought for you. I wanted you in my life. I gonna make time for you be in my life. Even if it's 2 hours or so, even if you gotta be on protected business, someone gotta be watching you. You take what you get.
Yep. Wow.
Because there's certain things you pass on, Apostle.
Yeah.
There's certain things you pass on to your kids. So, especially as a male. There's certain things women got, but certain things men got. You listen to me. Just that voice alone and your presence, your mother may say, hey, come here. Then listen, you come here and listen, hey, listen, it's a whole different thing.
Yep.
They talking. When you come there, listen, hey, listen, come this way. Yeah. They can say 100 words, you say one.
Yep.
It's how God has positioned the man.
Yep.
He has something, and it's for the boys too,
Yep.
but it's also for the daughters. Because the daughters need to know who to look for. If she don't have a mother, know what kind of man to look for, then anybody show up to be in. But the daddy supposed to be in her mind that listen, the girl is looking for a daddy, you know. Hey, that's why you notice the man, listen to me, for this course that you leave.
Yeah.
Hey, the woman never really leave, you know. All the woman do is be transferred.
Yep.
The woman never really leave the fatherhood, you know. The daddy walk her up there and then pass it to another daddy.
You hear that? I'm your daddy.
You understand?
I'm your daddy.
And guess what? And if you really do a good job, she'll be calling you daddy too.
She'll come here. That's my daddy.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is imperative. This is important, man.
Somebody said, I hope my kid's daddy watching. Chantel Jordan said, I hope my kid's daddy watching this. Kayla says, man, he's speaking sense and truth. All right. I think Orly is in Vegas. Orly is in Vegas and she is tuned in. Children will go and find their fathers when they get older to find out the truth.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. Natalie says that she was the father for her son. This is a mother now.
Yeah.
She said she was the father for her son. Yeah. Any questions? Bring your questions. You got any questions? Okay.
See, the father is like a position, you know. It's like it's more than just a person, you know. It's like a position you put yourself in.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of mothers put themselves in that position because they don't have no other choice.
Yeah.
In some instances, it's like driving a car on a spare. You can get where you're going, but you can be leaning.
Wow, that's good. That's good, eh? Yeah. You need that real tire. Yeah, something. That's good. Okay, all right. We're gonna open the lines now for question and answer. All right. So, any questions?
Yes. What are the drug rehabilitation programs available here in the Bahamas?
Well,
I don't know if they can hear that question. Please turn on the mic.
Hello.
It's on.
Go ahead.
There's a number of centers. There's Teen Challenge, there's The Haven, there's Bash, and then there's Sandlands. But you'll find what's happening today is that you'll find a lot of young men are not coming into no rehabilitation center for smoking weed. Because you have a lot of functioning addicts. One of the greatest needs you find why persons would have come to Teen Challenge first of all because they ain't got no place to live. Right? But you have a lot of young men who smoke, but they function, they get jobs, they get girlfriend, they get cars, they get kids, they get a place to live. So to them, they ain't got no problem. Most of them only come. I have young men sent to me through the courts, through rehabilitation services, and a lot of them come, right? They come, but, and I'm not trying to say the court needs to stop it, but they come because they don't want to go to jail.
Wow.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And they get the strength to hold out and get a clean urine test.
Yeah.
But most of them smoke a big joint after they get.
Right. Any other question we got?
No, I don't see another. No.
Okay. All right, if you got your questions, we're getting ready to wrap up. We only have 1 hour to be with you. But man, this was a good night tonight. I enjoy listening to you.
I enjoy being here.
You got a story, man.
I enjoy
And the
being
thing
here,
about it is you're doing so well with making an impact. I watch you with your boys. You're doing great as a father. See you around making your contribution in our communities. You are needed for this time. Your voice needed for this time. And we thank the Lord for all that he's doing in your life. You're looking good too.
Yes.
You get a little more great than I have. Yeah.
God is good.
But God is good. He's been good to us, eh?
Yeah, man.
Been better to us than we've been to ourselves.
Brought us a mighty long way.
Yes, sir. I'm going to give you an opportunity as we get ready to close to what camera he can look in. We want him to look in this camera right here, and I want you to pronounce a blessing upon our audience tonight. Speak a word over them, pray with them, and then let's get out of here.
Yes, Lord. I want to say to those out there who might be struggling in your marriage and going through difficulties. But listen, let me tell you something. There's a quote that I've coined that you can never change what you don't take responsibility for. You will never change what you don't take responsibility for. A lot of persons like to blame people. You can only take responsibility for yourself. And another quote that I have coined is that you will never conquer what you don't confront. You never change what you don't take responsibility for. And you will never conquer what you don't confront. There's some persons brushing things under the rug and sleeping on it and letting it go. If you're not comfortable talking to the person by themselves, bring in another party, but it needs to be addressed. And I want to declare a word over that marriage right now that might be going through a little turmoil and you wondering whether you should stay or you should go and what's not. I declare God can give you revelation of on what you should do. I declare blessing over some marriages right now. God's going to heal you. You've been through some pain, some infidelity, and some other lying and different things, but guess what? But God is going to heal that marriage and it's going to come out better. Stick it out. Weeping may endure for night, joy come in the morning. I want to say to that parent out there too who struggling with that child because you didn't put him through high school, you didn't put him through college, and you are not seeing what you thought you should have seen, or what you should have seen. You have not gotten a reward back for what you spent. But trust me, all things work together for good. That child will stand up, and he might not do what you want him to do, but he's going to come to do what God wants him to do. Amen? So I declare that, and I speak a blessing over the audience, those who are listening. I curse sickness and disease right now.
Wow.
I rebuke diabetes and cancer and high blood pressure. I say dry up right now in Jesus' name. I rebuke poverty in the name of Jesus. I rebuke ignorance, and I send forth revelation knowledge to these listeners right now. Those of you who are struggling financially, I ask that God open a door for you to pay your bills.
Yes.
In Jesus' name. Those who are in poverty, God is going to send some people with some food for you in Jesus' name. There's someone right now, there's a young lady right now who is battling right now, wondering how she's going to pay her school fee. You in college, and the money ain't come through yet, and you thinking you can get kicked out, but you ain't gonna get kicked out.
Wow. Wow.
God is gonna make a way or no way for you to stay in college and get your education. In Jesus' name.
Awesome.
I decree and I declare that.
Awesome.
Amen.
Awesome. I think we got one more question before you go. Ruben, you asked a question?
Well, I always knew he was calling me, you know. Even when I was on drugs, I knew I was different.
Wow. Wow.
Huh?
Yeah.
I always had favor with some people. And even though I got myself in some situation, nothing really mashed me down. I always emerged out of situation. So I said, there had been, you know, sometimes I ask my mommy sometimes, is there anyone in my family who was anointed? Because something get passed down to me.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Something is in my genes.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Because this destiny happens. Someone pay a price for what I get.
Yeah. 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 You know, I used to feel the same way. I used to say, I'm going to preach one day.
Yeah.
It's just something on the inside of you knowing that, you know, there's a call on your life. You're going to do something. This ain't the way the Lord wants you to go. Something on the inside will say, you know, you're going to do something different. This is not you. You know, and that's what used to talk to me. You're going to preach one day. You're going to preach. You're going to pastor. I had it so bad, I used to say I could preach. I had 2 earrings in my ears, one here, one here. And I said, man, I'm going to preach with these earrings in my ears until I get leg down for real.
Yeah.
And then I started losing the earrings, and I realized the Holy Spirit was leading me different, you know. All right, my brothers and sisters, our time has come and gone. What a night that we had tonight with our good friend, Dr. Eric Fox. I enjoyed every minute of it. You see why we had that technical difficulty at the offset of this? Because someone needed to hear this tonight. Listen, share the link, get the word out, because there's a young man, a young woman who need to hear this. Maybe a daddy need to hear it's time for him to transition into fatherhood and be that father that God has called him to be. Listen, join us next week here on My Story. Every one of us has a story. We want to hear your story. Join us next week, because you don't know who's going to be on this platform to share their story. We're so excited. I'm so excited to be joined with my wife. She's in the studio. Minister Storr, his wife is here, and we got an awesome Minister Todd is here as well, and we have an awesome visual and media team who did a great job on tonight. Thank you all so much for being with us. Listen, have a great night, rest tonight, and looking forward to seeing you on Sunday in any one of our services, 8 or 10 a.m. Blessings be upon you next time on My Story. Looking forward to seeing you. We out.